Hello and welcome to our presentation. My name is Daniel Jochman and I'm QA engineer in our mobile team, and together with me is my colleague Tomáš Kratochvilla, who is our senior QA engineer. And today we will talk about our story, how we moved from manual to automation testing. And who are we? Here you can see our team, who is responsible for testing and automation in our mobile team and mobile app. And as you can see, we are not graphic designer, but QAs, and we have some bug here. What we are doing, we have some questions here, and first question is why, or what is our vision? And our vision is bring to our customer the most usage travel app and play important role in the mobile and QA industry. Second question is with who? The answer is us, and as kiwi.com and the mobile QA in the Kiwi. Third question is how or which method do we need for our work and job? And the answer is that we are using the grow method, in which we know our goals, our reality options, and what we will do next. And the last question is the most important question, and where or what is our mission? And our mission is to ensure that our customer and the user receive software that meets or exceed their expectation of quality, and also it's important to ensure the work-life balance of our team members. First part of our app is the search, and here you can see our first part where you can find the search, find the flight or bus or trains, and you can filter and sort the results. On the booking page, you can fill passenger information, and also, you can try or you can use our payment method, and ancillaries are the part of the booking page, and it means that in these screens you can add baggages, insurance, seating, or additional services. And last but not least, we have there also the fare types and service packages, which is also part of these modules. Manage my booking screens. In Manage my booking page, you can see the overview of your future or past trips. And the most important part of this chapter is that you can see here check-in data, and you can download your boarding passes. The last part is the core or profile, and on this page you can log into the app, find all information needed, and you can also switch the currency, and the core team is handling overall functionality and design unification. Now we will talk about where did we start it. And in 2017, our QA job started, and I became the first QA tester in the mobile. And during these times, we did only manual testing, and our testing scenarios were in Trello. And our biggest issue was that we struggled with support from devs, product managers, and designers, and we struggled also with their trust. Since 2019, we are on the current number of members, and in 2020 we started asking ourselves how we can replace our manual regression testing with automation, and this was the biggest challenge that we faced. We didn't know where, with who, and how we can start our automation. The next year, in 2021, we invested a lot of time and resources into upskilling our QAs, and they were succeeded and moved to the higher level. And in the future, we hope that we can split our division into 2 groups, and we can invest more to upskilling our team members. Here you can see our life cycle, or how it works. On the left side, you can see the feature testing, and on the right side, the release testing. Feature testing starts with an initial meeting, going through the planning, and then the implementation and testing starts. In this phase, we are finding bugs, and the devs are starting with fixing them. Feature testing is ending with retrospective. Release testing is about regression testing with existing functionality, where we are checking if all new features are cooperate with new features. Then it's going to the release, and you can download and use our app. What we did to improve the QA, we introduced pair programming sessions and self-study blockers to improving programming skills of our QAs, which led to upskill testers to the higher level. And we also introduced self-development programs, and as I said before, we invested into upskill 1 year, which led to upskill more than 50% of our team. Also, we started using the page object pattern, which helped us with increasing maintainability, readability, and technical level of code. About this topic, Tomáš will talk later. Together with devs and PMs, we defined most important features into business critical scenarios, which is covered by automated test, and results are integrated into the Jira. Thanks to this, we are saving time on manual testing, which is, as I said, is replaced by automation. Last thing is that now we use TestRail, which is integrated with our Jira projects, and we used behavior-driven development pattern to each test case for better understanding. You can see here our or I'm not sure if you can see, but on the left side you can see our business critical scenario, some cases, and on the right side there you can see the structure of our test rail. Here you can see integration, the testing results into our Jira, and in this picture you can see which test cases passed, which was failed or blocked. and all these results are presented in our project in Jira.
And there's a nice Pac-Man there.
Good catch. And what are the benefits? The benefits are that we have the faster result, we increased coverage, increased the automation ratio, and also we increased the bug detection prior the manual testing. And we decreased of the delivery time for our releases and repetitive manual testing. Here you can see our delivery time, and that we decreased this time from 0.48 Monday to 0.29 Monday, which is decreasing by 39% during 3 quarters. Here you can see our automation ratio when we started in 2020 and when we are now in 2022. And I hope that the automation ratio will increase more, but more is not sometimes good. And where we are now, our automation is a strong part of our job. Many processes are automated, and last but not least, QA is a strong part of our development, and I think that is the biggest achievement. And now I'm passing my word to Tomáš.
Hi guys, so my name is Tomáš Kratochvilla. I'm working in kiwi.com as a senior QA engineer, and now I will talk you a little bit more about the automation testing. So let's start with some definition. What is automation testing? It's a testing technique that ensures that the final product or the software meets the strict requirements. Why we want to automate, or what is like the biggest benefits? It will speed up and simplify testing. Then it offers us more detailed reporting capabilities. It also helps us to detect some bugs and reduce human intervention. And last but not least, save time and money. So here is some types of tests which we are using. So let's start with unit tests. Unit tests are testing individual methods or business logic. This testing is done on code level. Then we have API test, which is testing communication between web services or some software models and so on. Then we have integration tests, which are testing that different application models are working well together. Then we are using snapshot test, which are testing that the layout is, the layout didn't change after the change in the code. And then we have
UI. You mean the UI or something else?
Yes, UI.
Okay, right.
And then we have UI test, which means that, which is testing user interface. First 4 types of tests are written by our developers, and we as a QA are writing UI tests for both platforms. How we do the automation? There is like many options or solutions how to automate, and we decided for the native solution. You may ask why. It's because it's like more, it's faster, more reliable. Like the testers are using same programming language as developers. Our test code is part of the source code, and there is a better integration with CI and CD. Which frameworks are we using? So for iOS is XAUI Test and XAUI Test, And for Android, we are using Espresso with some combination, with UI Automator. So what are the benefits of the framework? So XAUI Test is a testing framework for iOS, which is built on top of the XC Test. The main advantages, as was already mentioned, we are using same programming language, better integration, easier to set up due to good documentation from the Apple. But there are some, of course, some disadvantages, and it's mainly that it's language and platform specific. Then we have Espresso. Espresso is framework for Android tests. It allows us to simulate so it allows us to test the Android app. The main advantage is that is the automatic synchronization. So the test knows by itself when it can continue or if it should still wait for some action and stuff like that. The main disadvantage is that it's platform specific and that it's single target app solution, which means that you are not able to switch between the apps during the test run. Then we have UI Automator, which allows us this cross app testing. So for example, in our case, we are using it for testing boarding passes which are open in PDF reader and stuff like that. But of course, there are some disadvantages. The main thing is that it's missing automatic synchronization, so you need to explicitly say how long it needs to wait before continuing. Which tools are we using? So obviously, when we decided to go native, we are using Xcode for iOS test and Android Studio for Android. And we have two variants of the test. The first one is the mocked, which are using mock data. It's isolated from the external environment. It's much more stable, and we run them before every merge and during the night. Then we have live test, and they are running with live data. It's a little bit more flaky, so we run them during the night and also during the release testing, as we need to test the real environment. All of our tests are divided into 4 groups: search, booking, manage my booking, and core. Each of these sections consists of several test classes with several tests. And as was already mentioned, we started using page object pattern. And the goal of the page object pattern is to abstract the way of interaction with the screen outside or away from the test, which handle what and how is tested. Here you can see, like on the right side, there is opened search type picker or search type page. You can like choose one of the 4 options. And on the left side, there is a page object that represents that screen. You can see there is only one method which can like select what you want. You are not able to do anything else there, so it's easier for writing the test. Then we have also screenshot from Android, how it looks like, the same page object, same screen. And here you can see how our test looks like. There is some animation, and if you want, I will show you like the same test in Android. That's about where we are now, what we are doing, but we also have some plans. We know what we want to improve. So the first thing is that currently we are working on unification of all tests on both platforms. So we want to be sure that same test on both platforms going through the same steps, testing the same things. So when we see the results in Jira, we can like understand what was already tested and what is still missing. Then we are introducing Tres Amigos initiative, which should help us to improve cooperation between developers, QAs, designers, product or project managers. Due to this initiative, we will be able to write UI tests in earlier stages. Currently, we are writing tests after the feature is released, and we would like to do it earlier, ideally during the feature testing. We would like to also improve monitoring and tooling. Currently, we have test results in many places, such as Firebase, GitLab, on Slack, and so on. And we would like to start using just one tool, which is Datadog. And last but not least, we would like to extend our team. We would like to divide it into two sections. One will be specialized for iOS, and the second one for Android. And yeah, thank you for your attention. And now it's time for. Yes? Yeah, so basically, the question was if we can share some struggles with automation, right? So yeah, at the beginning, the first struggle was how to begin. We really didn't know. We really didn't know, but luckily we had great developers, colleagues, which were more than happy to help us with that. They invest their time to upskill us and stuff like that. The main thing or the main page object logic was set by them. Then, of course, we had issue that I was the only tester which was able to write tests. So we needed some time to teach our less skilled colleagues. And yeah, and currently I think we are working like really smooth. If we need something, we can ask for help, our developers, and they are like really happy to help us, or how to say. Yeah.
Okay. The question is about sharing the test cases between iOS and Android. You mentioned you've got the page object pattern. Does that mean that you've got strictly the same API in iOS and Android? Or do you, or what part can you share really?
Like, do you mean about the testing scenarios or about the automated tests?
Yeah, the testing scenarios.
Yeah, so what we are trying is to have apps on both platforms as, as similar as possible, yeah? So basically there are only a few differences there, so the testing scenario is same for both platforms. And if there are not, we have like a node that is like only, I don't know, iOS only scenario, Android only scenario, and stuff like that.
I will edit also that we have the same specification for both platforms, and it's for us the proof of concept that we are writing test scenarios from specification.
Now, that makes sense, but then when you sort of transform the specification into the test cases, then you mentioned you write them in Espresso and the bloody stuff on the iOS. So they've got completely different syntax, completely different everything. So you essentially have two different test cases.
Yeah.
I understand it.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, but for example, we have like few people of our team are just writing tests for Android, and another group of people are just for iOS. So they basically use the same specification, but all the members know like the platform specific stuff.
So the things that they type are different.
Yeah.
Right. And sorry, last question about the behavior-driven development or testing. Espresso is not behavior-driven; it's like Java code. Do you also, because I could, for instance, I could imagine that the sharing of the test case code could be done on the level of the behavior description. Do you have any plans on that, or how do you use the behavior-driven testing?
To be honest, like we try to write these tests as simple as possible, just with small actions, and that's
so
how the scenario
looks. To the code as possible.
Yes.
Platform code.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And like in this behavior-driven development pattern, which we are using for scenarios, it's like quite similar. Like when you do this, what should happen? And that's done on the like, for example, each method has like what should be open when you tap on it, or what should be displayed when you, I don't know, close or swipe. Oh, swipe. Sorry. Yeah, and yeah, but that's currently working for us quite good. Of course, we are still like improving. So yeah, maybe we will do something like that in the future. But for now, it's not.
Right. I was thinking about a gherkin or a cucumber or something like that. But you're not using that.
No.
Right. Thanks.
You're welcome. Yes.
So I was out of curiosity, like, what is the pipeline strategy? Like, because I can imagine that every time you add more tests, like it's going to become more like longer to like build or something. So maybe you run the test, maybe regression test on midnight, or every time like there is a build. Or
Yeah. So we run all the tests during the night, and then we have the mock tests which are running before every merge. But only like those sections or those tests are run which, or differently. If the, for example, developer modifies something in booking, only booking test will run on a pipeline, not all of them. Ladies first.
So I would like to ask if you think or believe that that in the future the whole release process can be or will be fully covered by automated.
I can start. Tomáš can edit. I think that from my perspective, no. But we are trying to be as much close as it possible, and I still think that the manual testing is so important for the whole process. And the manual testing, from my perspective, is not easy to replace by automation in 100%.
I would maybe just add that, like for example, by manual testing, you are also testing the user experience, and the automated test cannot do that, or cannot say if it's like easy to use or not. So yeah, I don't believe that it's possible.
Yes.
Yeah. And we have some question on Slido. So as a QA, you are using both text editor, I mean Xcode, and Android Studio. Which one do you prefer? Yeah, tough question. I hope that I will not like make somebody angry. But
we've got our guns and axes ready.
Yeah, for me it was like really like at the beginning I prefer iOS because I had better support from the devs. That's the like first or I started with iOS, but then or in this state, I need to say that I prefer Android because it's like more, I think that we set it up much better, or it's more smooth for me, and also the support from the devs is quite good. So
the right answer is the draw.
Both. I should start with that.
And how do you feel about the IDE itself, the editor?
From the beginning, I didn't like it at all. But now I'm okay, yeah. Yes?
I just wanted to ask you, how big is the issue of false negative test run results? Like, how big is this? You know, because of the flakiness, not because of the bug.
Yeah, so with mocked variants, it's like really, I don't have the exact numbers here, but we did some research, and for mock test is like, I believe under 2%. But for live test, we are talking about maybe like 8, 9. It depends. For example, booking is much more problematic because there is like a lot of things on there. And on the other side, like profile or core, it's like easy for testing. So yeah, so it depends. But that's why, we introduce also the mock test, because they are much more stable. And
every platform is different, and also the mocked or live test, but we have mock test only for iOS. And I think that the actual number is around, the highest number is around 13% on booking, but on the booking we have there some price changes and things we can do nothing with that. And the lowest number is around 0.27 or something like that.
How many test cases do you have in total?
Just
when we're talking about statistics.
Yeah, there was a screen of the automation ratio, but I believe that it's something around 180 cases per platform. Yeah, right. So it's something like that. And we are adding like every day new, so. Yes?
Is this only UI tests?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes?
That's what it's
You can ask.
So I don't know most of the tools you use, so, but I guess you did some research. Have you ever considered develop your own internal tool?
To be honest, no. Like, at least not us as a QA. But I cannot say, like, for the developers or... Yeah?
Yes, I'm not sure if I understood correctly, but this UI test is run before merge to the main branch?
The mocked one, yes. Before every merge.
Okay, yeah. And how does it take to process those tests?
I think it's something around 35 minutes, 40 minutes. And of course, not all of them are run before merge. Only the part which was modified in a code. Like if you modified something in booking or search, a booking and search test started. But like manage my booking and core test didn't run.
And how do you recognize that only that part is strictly split, those projects, and you can pretty surely determine what part has changed?
Here I need to be honest, that was said by the developer, so I'm not able to, or I don't know the answer. So.
At least on SwiftUI it's packages. SwiftUI packages.
Yeah.
On what level do you mock those data?
Not.
If it's on like a server is completely mocked?
Yeah, like all the responses are mocked. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes?
Sorry, one last question.
No problem.
How do you deal with dynamic data? I heard you have some mock data.
Yeah.
So
Like the mock. What do you mean, like dynamic mock data?
you have UI test.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
So you have like one master picture,
Hmm?
and when you run some tests, you compare it, right?
No, there is. the comparing of the layouts, it's like snapshot testing. But UI testing, it's like we don't compare like some layouts or something like that. We just do like when you tap here, something should be displayed. Check that correct screen is displayed or something like that.
And those snapshots?
Those snapshots were also written by the developer, so maybe they will be like better for the answer. But there is like you will store the screen, which and then when there is a test, it just compares two layouts. Like one is on the top of the others, and it layouts that it's still in sync, like that nothing changed there. Or I believe that there is some small space, like what can be changed, but I am not sure. Okay. Thank you.